everybody, YouTube world. This is Sandra again. Yep. And today I'm trying something different. I've never made this before. A lot of stuff y'all see me doing, and I've at least have tried it before, but it's gonna be easy anyway. So I'm making apple wedges and cinnamon red hot syrup. Okay, and I'm going by my favorite book. Y'all already know, Ball Complete Book of Home Preserving, page 157. And here are the ingredients: sugar, cinnamon red hot candies. Y'all know what? It's hard to find them doggone candies. You can't find them everywhere. When I grew up, they were everywhere. You really can't find them everywhere now. But anyway, shout out to Family Dollar. Found them there. Take my glasses off so I can read. Cinnamon sticks, whole cloves, ground ginger, water, vinegar, light corn syrup, red food coloring, which is optional, and it says 24 apples. So I got some Granny Smiths, because Tanya claims that when I do certain desserts, they're too sweet. I think because of the apples, because I just use what they call for, but whatever. Anyway, so I got my apples, and I got pretty much everything out, I think, except for the sugar. Anyway, there's also a picture of this in the book. Let's see if I got enough sense to find it. Y'all know I'm a little special. Okay, there it is. That's what it's supposed to look like. This stuff right here. Okay. So I've had it before years ago, and it was okay. I'm not sure where I left off because some type of warning came in on the phone. I think it was an Amber Alert or something, so it kind of cuts me off. I don't know where I left, but anyway, I'm gonna try this recipe, see how it comes out. Hopefully, it might look as good as that. But right now, I need to get to cutting up these apples. Okay, they tell you each apple you should get 8 wedges out of it, which I'm trying to use I guess I'm gonna use that thing. I've never used it. Know where you're supposed to slice the apple with it, that round thing, and slice it in equal portions. If I can get my words out. Anyway, we're gonna try it, see how it goes, and I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, I'm back, and I got all my apples cut up. Okay, I did use the lemon juice. Like I said, stuff still turns. But it's going to be red anyway, so I guess it really doesn't matter. And let me say, this thing right here, it's a game changer. I'm so glad. See, my sister and my daughter talked about me going to the clearance aisle. I paid $150 for this. The regular price was almost $10. Really? So, I always keep my apple peels and cores, because later on I'm going to do, I don't know if I want to do just apple cider or just cider. Anyway, one or the other. So anyway, all the other ingredients, you go ahead and put in the pot, which I have right here. And I'm going to cut my pot on. Basically, all I'm doing is letting everything dissolve. It's hard to film and stir at the same time. But you're going to let this come to a boil, and then, hold up, let me read. Yeah, just let it come to a boil. Basically, you're dissolving the sugar. That's all you're doing. And then I'm going to add my apples and cut the heat off and get the candy. And I'll be back once I have my apples in here. Okay guys, I came back for a minute just to let you see this. When I said you stir to dissolve the sugar, you are, but you also need to stir to dissolve those red hots too. Because I had to switch spoons to a metal spoon, because that plastic spoon wasn't really doing it, because those red hots would try to stick to the bottom. So when you're doing this, keep that in mind. You have to keep stirring it, okay? But it's to the point where I need it now because everything's been dissolved. Now look at it. You can't tell me that don't look like Christmas. Come on now. Christmas, Valentine's Day, pretty much anything red, okay? But it's time for me to put my apples in, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm back, and it's been 6 minutes. And after 6 minutes, they tell you to cut it off, cut the stove eye off, but do not take it off the stove eye, and to start canning. So I just want you guys to see what my apples are looking like. They're not as red, and I'm kind of wondering if, okay, one or two things. Either it's the dye that I use, or they're going to get darker as longer they sit in the can. They're going to get darker. I mean, the jar. We'll see. But it's time for me to jar these up. And you're supposed to put in the solids first, then turn around and put in the liquid. So I'm going to leave, 1/2 inch headspace. Okay? And I'll be back in a minute. Okay, people. I don't know what happened. I just opened this. Don't know what happened. Why are they upside down? Why are they upside down? I don't understand. They weren't boiling that hard. It wasn't like a hard boil. It was a rapid boil, but not a hard boil. I don't know what happened. Okay, I'm going to try with these next 5. Okay, no, ish. These next 5 and see. I really don't know what happened. That's new to me. Never seen that before. Don't know. If you guys have any thoughts, please share. Because I'm just, man, just blown. Anyway, we're going to see what this next batch turn out. Until next time, peace out. Okay, guys, this is the second batch. Okay, so far they're looking better. Okay, I think I did 2 things wrong. Let me cut the timer off. I think I did 2 things wrong. Number 1, see I got some empty jars in there, so they can't move around. So I've had other things move around before, but it wasn't really an issue. And it turned upside down or anything. I mean, it made all the jars maybe migrate to one side of the counter, but it was no biggie. But I think that's one thing. And another thing, in the first batch, when they were done, I had cut them off, 45 minutes, whatever, yada yada. Then I got sidetracked. This is why they tell you to pay attention when you can it, okay? And so they stayed in the water a long time. So, as far as that, if you look at some of these apples, they look like they're cooked, right? I mean, really cooked. I'm thinking, hey, spiced applesauce. Your ancestors, they didn't throw away stuff. They found a use for it. My jars are sealed. They're good. Okay? They're just not the way I intended for them to be. So when we get ready to use them, open up a jar, put it in the food processor and blend it up. Applesauce. But anyway, let me go ahead and start taking these out. And let you see. See, that's what it's supposed to look like. That's what the first batch was supposed to look like. Anyway. So, I always know this straight up. But I'm going to go ahead and get these out. And I think the second batch is fine. First batch, well, heck, they still fine. Just different. You don't throw the baby out with the bath water. You find a use for it, okay? But anyway, until next time, y'all, we'll see what I'm doing next. But I tasted what I had. The little I had left in here, they're good. They're really good. Now, I don't like them as much as I do Cracker Barrel apples, which I said I want to try to find a recipe for that. But They are good, okay? Like I said, holidays. Right up on the holidays. But anyway, until next time, y'all. See you later.